What's up, everybody? Eric here with another EUE Reviews. Today we're talking about Secret Invasion Season 1, Episode 6. Before we get into that, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, let me know what you want me to review next. But yeah, let's get into this. The title of this episode is Home. Oh, and before I forget, remember, the start of this episode is spoiler-free, then we go into spoilers later. So, episode was released on July 26, 2023. The cast includes Ben Mendelsohn, Olivia Colman, Emilia Clarke, Kingsley Ben-Adir, Samuel L. Jackson, and Don Cheadle. Real quick side note, Kingsley Ben-Adir is in the Barbie movie, and I'll say I enjoyed his role there way more than I've enjoyed his role as Gravik. Nothing to do with the actor, I just think it's been poor writing on this show. The episode has a runtime of 36 minutes, so again, why did we make the first two episodes super long, and then the rest of them have been relatively short? Honestly, I would have just taken those first two episodes, made them into 3 episodes, made 7 episodes, all 36 minutes. Excuse me, and that would have been fine. Alright, basic plot of this episode. This is the finale. This is going into the endgame. Not that endgame. This endgame for this one, which is weaker than the actual movie. And the whole idea is now we're going to get that face-off between Nick Fury and Gravik. And we're finally going to get a resolution to, is the president going to find out about the Skrull invasion now that if you remember, he is in the hospital. We'll see what happens here. So yeah, let's now move on to my spoiler-free thoughts on the episode. And the first one, guys, I'm sorry for saying it this way. Thank God it's over. Honestly, I have not thought this has been a really good show. I'm eventually going to do a Season 1 review, but just letting you know right now, I haven't thought this has been a really good show just because I don't think it's been written really well. I don't know why this is even a show. It could have just been done as a movie, and it probably would have been way better as a movie, because it would have been condensed and not just had a bunch of filler like the show. Now, I was surprised by the end of this episode, and I'll go more about this in the spoiler section, but the way that the Skrulls are now treated after this whole thing ends, I was like, oh, that is not how I expected that to go. We also have a big fight in this episode, but it's a fight that I kind of didn't think was necessary, but it was really cool to see. Sonya finally had a really big role in this episode, and I'm really hoping we see more of her in more Marvel properties. I think she's a great character. She's kind of like that nice lady, but you know she'll like mess you up if you mess with her. So I really hope we see more of her. I think she's a good human character to have, where it's like, oh no, people should fear her. She might not have powers, but she is powerful. The other thing in the spoiler-free section I'd say is that there's a lot of questions that still haven't been answered. The big one to me is why don't we know how long Rhodey's been out? I was like, this would have been the perfect time to let us know. But it's like, you're just going to save it for another show or movie. It's like, you don't need to save that. Just put it here. The whole point of the shows versus the movies is, oh, you can do the questions in the shows, and it doesn't matter that you spend time on that, because it's not like 2 minutes on a show is significantly cheaper overall than when you do 2 minutes in a movie. In a movie, you have to be very concise of what you put in there. In a show, you can be a little bit more, okay, well, what hand wavy, put more stuff. The show's already shown that they've done that, where they do so many things where it's like, oh, is that really necessary? No. So yeah, they should have just put that in here. I'm a little bit angry about that. We do get more of the Vera plotline, and I actually liked what they did with her. I hope we see more of her as well. Same for Gaia. I hope we see a lot of these characters in other properties inside Marvel, because, I mean, that's been my main thing. It's like the bones were here for stuff, and I just hope they continue it. Fantastic Four, I hope some of that shows up. But yeah, so let's actually now move on to my score, guys. I'm giving this a 6 out of 10 just because it had that fight. I don't think it made it good. And like I said, my first thought once it was all over was just like, all right, it's over. There's not even a post-credit scene, and I'm just like, you guys didn't even give a crap. Like, you guys even know by the end, like, oh, we're not even gonna set anything up with this. Like, screw it, let's just end it. So yeah, 6 out of 10 for okay. Do I recommend you watch this show? If I'm being honest, no. The big highlights will probably show up in the next time we see any of these characters in something else. So yeah, it's a no. Don't watch this. You can spend your time watching something else that's way better. Go watch Star Trek Strange New World. That's significantly better than this. Alright, so for those of you that aren't going to join us, please subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification button to know whenever I put on a new review. I try to put new ones out every week, so please stay informed with that. But yeah, so for those of you who aren't joining us, I'm going to go to the spoiler section now. So I'm going to give you guys your warning. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright guys, welcome into the spoiler section. So, now I'm just gonna go all out. I don't see the point of this fucking show. I really don't. There's stuff in here where I'm like, this is such bad writing. So Gravik ends up getting the harvest, and they're making it seem like, oh yeah, we're having the Nick Fury Gravik showdown. However, it's not Nick Fury, it's Gaia. So Gaia and Gravik end up getting the Super Skrull powers. Now, that's all cool, and the fight is awesome, but when you notice how Gaia wins, she uses Captain Marvel's powers. And that just got me thinking, so that just means Captain Marvel could have killed them before they got these powers, the new powers. Remember, Gravik and Gaia had the old powers of 3. So I'm just like, so why didn't Nick Fury just call Captain Marvel up, send her there, so you don't have any Super Skrulls to begin with? Right? And it's just like, it just seems like poor writing. It's like, Nick Fury now created another, because remember in the earlier episode, he was like, oh, I have to clean up your mess to whatchamacallit, to Talos. And it's like, you just created another problem. You don't know if Gaia's gonna be on your side overall. You really don't. So, you just gave Gaia superpower, like crazy superpowers of all the best heroes of Earth. And it's just like, you didn't do that. You just created a problem. Like, Fury, you saying like, oh, I have to clean up your messes at Talos. No, everyone has to freaking clean up your messes. Oh my god, I'm sorry that I'm so angry with this. It's so dumb. It is very dumb. It's one of these reasons I'm just like, this makes no sense. It's the lamest excuse ever. Oh, we shouldn't have to call them. Like, Captain Marvel could have easily solved that problem. Easily. But no. And then we're getting the Marvels later in the year, so it's just like, they could have easily put that in there for that movie. But whatever, I digress. So, now going on that, Gravik's killed. And we didn't get the Fury Gravik standoff that we really wanted. So now I'm also like very disappointed with that. And another thing I really hated is the way that the president reacted to what happened with the Skrull. He's like, oh, now the Skrulls are our enemies. Like now he's kind of xenomorph. Is xenomorphic the one? Well, he's against aliens now. It's like you do realize the Asgardians and the Guardians of the Galaxy are kind of responsible for you being able to get your planet back from Thanos. So it's like you being, and they even saved what's his face, Iron Man, who ended up saving your planet. It's like, dude, you being so against aliens, like that's very dumb. I really don't like that. And it's very possible Rhodey from there was also the one that helped in the battle. So it's like, it's so dumb. So yeah, I didn't like that ending. I thought that was very dumb. I didn't think it was, for them to get that reaction, I didn't think it was deserved in this show. I really didn't, especially when the only reason you don't have a super crazy Skrull is because one of those aliens saves you guys from Gravik. So yeah, I didn't like that. I thought it was really dumb in the end to do something like that. And I don't know if the show's really setting up for anything that great. It's like, okay, so if Gaia is now going to be a Super Skrull and she turns evil, she has to fight like the Fantastic Four later. I'm just like, you're making me want to like her here, but then you're gonna make me want to hate her later. Like that's like, I don't feel like they're really setting things up. I'll always say, I feel like Marvel really just planned for Endgame, and everything after that hasn't really been planned. It seems like it's all improvised, and it's noticeable in the quality. And the quality to me just hasn't been there all season at all. This is one of the few that I'm going to say, for me right now, this is the one show I'm going to say I regret watching. I'm fine with the rest of the shows. This is the one where I'm like, the expectations were so high, it's like, oh, I regret watching this. But yeah, guys, those are my thoughts. Please subscribe to the channel. I still need to get some Star Trek reviews out. Sorry for the delay on that. It's just I've been really busy, but Star Trek's been awesome. That's the show that you should be watching. Strange New Worlds over this. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.